Hi there guys, welcome to another Win with Robin and 22nd Century Gold production. It's Robin Morton here, and I'm going to talk to you today about decentralized finance, DeFi. What is it and why should you be interested in this? And I want to talk to you about our V999 stablecoin. Again, I'll tell you what that's all about, and I want to explain why leveraging your value basically into what's going to be a mass adoption phenomenon whilst owning a stake in the success of that and actually being paid to be a market maker, which is what we are experiencing right now, could be the answer for millions of people around the world, especially with everything that's going on in the world, and could also be very interesting to people who are unbanked, people who are also discriminated against in terms of credit and finance, people who've had businesses that have gone bust in the past. Decentralized finance could be the answer for a lot of those people. So stay tuned. If you get value from this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're listening to this on my Win with Robin podcast, please subscribe to that. Tell your friends, share the love. So what is DeFi? Well, DeFi is a term for a variety of decentralized services that aim to replace our current centralized financial system. That's it in a sentence, but to go into a little bit more detail now, it's a brand new monetary system. It's built on the blockchain. So again, if you don't know what the blockchain is, you need to go back and find out a bit more about that. You might have heard about Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are cryptocurrencies, and they are, open source networks. They allow people to create applications connected to them without the involvement of centralized institutions. And the motivation behind this is very simple. It is to help the couple of billion people around the world who don't have any access to financial services. We call them the unbanked. They are excluded from so many developments in finance and business, and the blockchain and DeFi sets about to remedy that. The benefits of decentralized finance are that there's not one central point, obviously. So if elements of it fail, the whole thing doesn't crash down. It's a peer-to-peer network. It's open to anybody. It's permissionless. There's no boss. Decentralized finance applications are not owned by any one person. So there are no gatekeepers. You don't have to go and have an appointment with your bank manager to do something. Nobody can close down your account. It's censorship resistant to an extent. That doesn't mean it's unsafe. I'll explain about that in a minute. But basically, anybody who has access to the internet, a smartphone, can access decentralized applications. They are also called dApps for short, so we'll go into that. It really does have, decentralized finance has the potential to transform the lives of the unbanked of the world, and also to make life affordable for everybody else. Because this cuts out the middleman. There ain't no middleman in decentralized finance, so things are quicker, they are cheaper, and we think that decentralized finance is the way to go. Now, one of them is stable coins, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Stable coins are a type of digital currency that they shield you against the volatility of crypto. So you've probably heard about cryptocurrencies being volatile. Bitcoin, for example, can go up and down in value, and that frightens people. It puts people off getting involved in cryptocurrency. It puts merchants off from accepting payment in things like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency, where stable coins are a lot safer. It's tokenization to a certain extent. Another term to look up is tokenomics. We are big into tokenomics at Win with Robin. And so it means that real world assets like art, property, commodities can be owned and traded on the blockchain. And but it's still decentralized. So these exchanges are all decentralized, and the risks really of cyber attacks, which centralized platforms suffer a lot from at the moment, and are probably going to suffer from more. Those risks are mitigated by decentralized platforms. If you've heard of a stable coin called Tether, now Tether is linked to or pegged to the dollar. Now there's been so many, obviously the economic turmoil of the last 6 to 8 months has meant a lot of the so-called smart money has moved out of the stock market, and it was looking for a home, a place to go, and so the stable coin Tether became very, very popular. And at the moment, I'm just looking on the internet at the moment, and the Tether stable coin, which is pegged to the US dollar, in the last 24 hours there has been $1.8 billion worth of trade. So if you think decentralized finance is for the for the very few people, yes, it's very, very new, and there are not a huge amount of people doing it, but it is definitely a thing. And Tether is an example of that. Now, Tether is not really a great example of decentralized finance because it is centralized and it is unaudited. The kind of decentralized stablecoin that we would advocate being involved in, our V999 stablecoin, for example, is backed by gold. Each V999 coin is worth a 0.1 gram of gold. Now, as you probably know, gold doesn't really go up and down hugely in price. It is going up. It has been going up consistently for a while, again because of the economic turmoil, but it's not volatile. So the V999 is a great stable coin because it's linked to a very stable asset in gold. So that is one of the best things about the V999. And why is DeFi particularly starting to be talked about now? Well, probably because it's becoming more affordable. A higher proportion of the population have got access to the very few tools that you need to benefit from DeFi, basically internet and a phone. I think when I did some research in beginning of 2019, 57% of the world's population used the internet on a regular basis. I think in 2013 it was only 35%. So you can see there's still a long way to go yet, but smartphones are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So they're affordable for even the poorest people on the planet. And I think, again, from research, I think something like 2/3 of the population, 2/3 of the unbanked population of the world, people who have got no traditional access to finance, 2/3 of them own a mobile device. So they can take advantage of DeFi platforms. So that is why it's kind of taking off. There are risks with DeFi, but we would suggest that if you do your homework and to take precautions, do your due diligence, I would say they are less dangerous now than having your money in a boring old bank account doing nothing, earning you 0 or next to 0% interest. Whereas with DeFi, with the platforms we're involved in, you can put your assets to work far, far harder than they'll ever do in a bank. And so even though people are trying to talk DeFi down, it's only growing and growing and growing all the time. I foresee it becoming huge in the next couple of years. the world is slowly coming around to the whole concept of blockchain. People talked, even a couple of years ago, financial institutions said they wouldn't touch blockchain, and now they're moving in. At JP Morgan, people like that, they are all opening up blockchain platforms, and all the banks are getting into blockchain, and it will slowly become this, the status quo to a certain extent, and it's going to make money and finance universally acceptable, and accessible, no matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have access to the internet. And things like insurance, savings, loans, trading, huge, is all going to be revolutionized by DeFi, smartphones and internet connection. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, every financial service that you probably use today can become part of decentralized finance. And using smart contract applications, again, smart contracts, at the moment there are a few platforms like the Ethereum ERC20 platform. Ethereum is just about to go through a whole new evolution, and that's why, again, we think DeFi is going to go through the roof. But using smart contracts, for example, with our V999 stablecoin, at the moment, if you were to join our business, our gold technology business in Freebay, you can have access to a Genesis market, we call it, where you're getting in at the ground floor of this V999 coin. You can buy the coin, and then you can sell it into the secondary market, but you retain the smart contract for the life of that coin. And therefore, every time that coin is transacted after that, you will get 0.02% interest or as a fee, or the value as a fee forever for the life of that coin. So again and again and again, every time the coin is transacted, then you can take that income, and also the income you get from selling the V999 coin, put it into Bitcoin, for example, use the Bitcoin to buy gold, which is another thing we would suggest getting involved in, and then turn that, recycle that back into more V999, sell those V999 on the Genesis market, from the Genesis market into the secondary market again, and do the same thing, rinse and repeat. We call it our infinity life cycle, infinity wealth cycle. You're just recycling your assets over and over and over again, making your money work far, far, far harder than it ever will in a boring old bank account. And all of this is controlled by you. There's no middlemen. There's no people telling you when and where you can do this. Decentralized technology means that your bank, which is you, is always open if you want it to be. And smart contracts are, automatic. They can't be tampered with. They're immutable. So very, very safe. It does sound futuristic, and it does sound, there's transactions going on between two strangers who don't know each other in the world, without a bank in the middle. A lot of that happens already. A lot of that is going on already in centralized functions. But this is stuff that you can control. It's not managed by an institution. There are no employees. It's all written in code, smart contracts, deployed to the blockchain, and they can run without very, very little anyway, human intervention, apart from upgrades, bug fixes, things like that. And it doesn't matter if you're in, Texas or Torremolinos, you can access the same DeFi services as anybody else on the planet. So we are, huge fans of this at Win with Robin. If you want to get more involved, we can show you how you can build up a whole sequence of decentralized finance applications. We call them layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. You can insure your transactions against loss. You can swap your cryptocurrencies between lots and lots of different crypto assets, which ones you think are going to work harder for you. We can show you how you can trade these assets on decentralized exchanges. The beauty of that is that with a decentralized exchange, you're not giving anybody your assets. With a centralized exchange, you are. You're handing over your assets to somebody else and asking them to look after it for you. We don't advocate that at all. So decentralized exchanges take all that risk away. We can show you how you can have your assets traded by robots, by artificial intelligence, 24/7. So you don't have to be involved at all. You can be, and we can also show you how you can do that. You can have your assets, you can follow established traders, you can get signals from them as to what, when and where to do things, or you can just let the robots do it for you. So hopefully you find that interesting, and you're intrigued by the potential of cryptocurrencies, DeFi, decentralized finance, stablecoins, or V999 stablecoin in particular, and the other applications that we are excited about in our new gold technology business. So if that is the case, please get in touch, find a link somewhere down below. We have a launch event on Saturday, so this coming Saturday, the 10th of the 10th. If you get in touch in the next couple of days, I can get you a free ticket to attend this launch, which is going to be very, very exciting. We have some online marketing industry leaders coming to give us some of their expertise. Guys like Eric Worre, the famous GoPro guy, and other people like Todd Falcone is going to be there too. So in addition to all the great things that we've got on offer, you can learn from these guys. Absolutely free, no obligation, not particularly geared to our business, just online business in general. So if you fancy that, get in touch with me and I will give you an invitation and a free ticket to the event on Saturday. It's virtual, it's global, all around the world, on Saturday for 4 hours. So hope to see you there. If not, just get in touch and let's take this one step forward. There's a whole world of potential out there with decentralized finance, the blockchain, smart contracts, and the whole 9 yards. So hopefully you found that of value. And if you did, subscribe to this YouTube channel or my podcast show, and let's talk. Okay, that's it for Robin at Win with Robin and 22nd Century Gold. Bye bye.